Who is Nick Gruber? Rough, naive, an outsider with a bimbo face and the only advantage of being young and sexy. So much to become the very first public boyfriend of Calvin Klein, who is 48 years his senior, and the most exposed toy boy in fashion, at whose 21st birthday party had Anna Wintour among the guests. Calvin is one of the chief and most influential American designers of all times. Like every one of his generation, he had always been protecting his private life. After being married to women twice, he shrouded his sexuality from the public eye, but unexpectedly got out of the closet for a piece of fresh meat. Nicholas Nick Gruber was born in 1990 in California, and his childhood was anything but happy. His parents split when he was still a little boy, and his heroin-addicted mother took him to Florida. Already at the age of 8, Nick found himself having no reference in his life, completely alone managing a mother who was soon arrested. Perpetually looking for someone to take care of him, the kid found human warmth in the family of a schoolmate who hosted him for a few years, and then joined the Army in Kansas as a water treatment specialist trainee. One day when Nick just turned 18, while picking up his mother's food stamps at the welfare office, he was approached by an overweight and unattractive man who proposed him to become a model. Actually a lure to get the needy teen into the escort business. Nick had no interest in homosexuality, but soon realized that gay men's fantasy about a straight guy could turn into some pocket change. However, his undefined sexuality and some rumors about his second work became the most dangerous labels Nick could have in that highly homophobic area. He was advised to leave for his own safety. Discharged, Nick moved to New York and started a modeling career under the name of Nick London, but found it hard to take off. He changed his name for the third time into Aaron Skyline, challenging the gay porn industry. As a Blue movie male starlet, Nick met porn producer Vaughn Kinsley, who was well known for supplying hot young boys to the rich and famous. Kinsley had promised Nick a sugar daddy and later arranged for him to meet Calvin Klein. The young man had no idea who Calvin was, due to his little knowledge of the world. When he arrived in the Hamptons, a limo drove him directly to the home of Calvin's famed ex-wife Kelly Rector. On that night, Calvin allegedly first started to fall in love after an epic lovemaking session. The pair became a steady couple. Calvin took Nick to the Ralph Lauren boutique, restyling the toy boy over his likeness as playing with a Barbie doll. He polished up Nick physically by fixing his teeth and sending him to several cosmetic procedures that made the guy a muscular blonde version of Calvin in his youth. In the attempt of turning the ex-porn star into a first-class citizen, the designer gave him a $10,000 a month allowance, gifted him of a $250,000 Bentley Supersport, and let him live in the luxury apartment in Greenwich Street. He even mentored Nick, enrolling him in the prestigious New York University, and that was the good education he never had. Calvin's obsession with Nick made him proudly and openly announce their official relationship as he never did before. To celebrate Nick's coming of age, Calvin threw a pharaonic birthday party recalling Studio 54, of which Calvin was a frequent visitor, and was attended by celebrities such as Donna Karan, Stephen Klein, Vera Wang, and the unexpected Anna Wintour. The romance lasted for about a year when some problems undermined the couple. Calvin couldn't stand Nick's addictions and inclination to violence, and his jealousy brought to subject Nick to a lie detector test after the housekeeper had reported an overnight male guest. Feeling the upcoming end, Nick ran to extend the notorious 15 minutes. He reached Playgirl to talk about posing and seduced a billionaire's daughter. Eventually turned to crimes, he was arrested for punching a friend in the face with a pan, causing him half-face disfigured and a loss of the hearing from one ear. The police found cocaine in his Calvin Klein underwear and charged him with assault and possession. Calvin and Nick inevitably broke up. After a short rehab, Nick returned to Los Angeles and bonded with another older man, John Luciano, Hollywood fixture and the nephew of the 1930s infamous mobster Lucky Luciano. During that time, Nick planned to write a tell-all book about his relationship with Calvin Klein, but was blocked after receiving a huge amount of hush money from him. Dumped by Luciano, the third sugar daddy Lloyd Klein had more than one thing in common with Calvin: the surname, the job as a fashion designer, and a wife in his past. Still associated to Calvin Klein to stay in the spotlight, Nick was interviewed by New York Magazine with photographs paying homage to the Kate Moss obsession campaign. He hired Planet PR, which managed Miss Universe contestants, to clean up his public image as a respectable extreme sport personal trainer and a model. One of the strategies was to declare he had never been gay and never wanted to be touched by a man again, although he go-go danced in gay clubs right after these statements. On the other side, 80-year-old Calvin Klein consoled himself in the arms of his new toy boy, who is 46 years younger. At the end of the day, leopards can't change their spots.